Ah, it is without a doubt. Clearly in my mind, Katarina is the harem queen. Just think about, we have anime about the dense protagonist and how he has the girls falling for him without him knowing it. We have the protagonist where the guy wants to become harem king, but he tries to get the girls. Sometimes he fails, sometimes he wins. Then, of course, we have the females where they have all the pretty boys falling for them, but she only really chooses one at the end of the day. But there before, we had one where not only does the girl get the guys, but she also gets the girls too. I've seen something like this since UQ Holder. You know I reviewed UQ Holder before, and like I said again, it's a damn shame what happened to that show because it was really good. Though the book was, anyways. The animes, but I have to let that go. I'm here to talk about my life as a villainess. Katarina, without knowing what she's doing, haven't really realized by using the point she's been using, pretty much the skills of charming the other characters. She hadn't realized that they're trying to fall for her. She played the game so many times, and she remembers that the things she says triggers some of these characters to fall for the original true protagonist of Fortune Lover. You gotta notice, each episode has a development. The first episode really just one. It was Keith really him to open up, or him not be afraid of his powers. Episode 2 was Alan and Marie. I think her name was Marie. I can't freaking remember. And it was about Alan trying to love himself for who he is, and Marie, I guess, just open up. Then finally we have Nicole and Sophie. And Sophie was the main focus, mostly because, her hair. She was an albino, and albinos were really, really rare. You barely see any, man. Most people can go their entire life without ever seeing an albino person. I've only seen 2 so far. And like I say, I think it's a very beautiful sight. Most albinos, anyways. To see someone with white, pure white hair, pale skin, and red eyes, I think it's pretty cool, in my opinion. But each episode, she has given development to these characters, a new look on life. She's pretty much clearing out the routes before the actual protagonist got a chance to do so. The only character we haven't really got a development for was Gyarados. And Gyarados just, I guess, immediately fell in love with her. But still, we haven't had that main focus episode on him. Will we get it? We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, let's focus on Katarina and how reason why the community calls her Bakarina. She just so oblivious, even years later when she's 15 years old, and she doesn't realize that, hey, these people are actually in love with you. She can't actually think, just for once, that probably someone is in love with her. Because I guess she's too focused on staying alive to notice these kind of things. She knows how Gyarados is completely obsessed with her, how the brother Keith just cautious of her, sees everyone else as a rival. Then she also has Alan. I don't think Alan's really in love with her, but just sees her as someone he sees his precious friend. And of course you have Sophie and Marie as well. So you have these characters. And each one loves Katarina for her oblivious and stupid self. Something she doesn't even know, and it's weird because for her to be raised inside a noble house for so many years, you expect her to get some sort of intelligence, but I guess you can't cure stupid all the way. But I guess people like her that way, the people she's around anyways. The thing they didn't show much is her getting in trouble by her mom. She gets in trouble by her mom a lot. They didn't show that a lot. I guess they're on running time, but I am appreciative very much about how they spent time on her as a kid. Let's face it, when you have isekais where they start out as a kid and you see them grow up, you don't get to see much of them as a development as a kid at all. You don't. And it really sucks. They are as a kid and as you know it, they're already a teenager or a preteen or something, and then they just move along the story. which I hate when they do that. I see them, the character grow and stuff. I guess the Eighth Son did it, but it was only really 2 episodes. But even then, that was enough development. It was just him learning magic from his master. But that was it. Poor. And when I was watching this, it reminded me of something right quick. I'm also watching Sentence of a Bookworm, for those who don't know. And in a way, mine and Katarina's roles are complete opposite. Katarina is just this dumb girl who's happy-go-lucky. And she lives in this luxurious mansion, but she doesn't have to work for anything, She just has to keep up appearance, be eloquent, graceful, and be talented in some things here and there. She can play the piano very good, and she's probably good at some other stuff as well. She did train, after all, even with her sword practice. Mine, however, is a girl who's pretty intelligent, but she has a struggle she can't even read a book right now. She can just now read a book. Katarina just go into her library and read all the books she wants. I was thinking just comparing and contrasting the 2 female protagonists and seeing how they work things out. Mine will kill just to have that life. But I guess the reason for Mine's adventure is for her to have a different outlook on life in the end, not be obsessed with just books. Where Katarina is, I guess, she was already kind of a good person when she was in her previous life. It wasn't like she was an actual NEET. She wasn't a taku, but she didn't spend her life just playing video games and staying inside her room. She wasn't a loser. She had another life. She was in high school. She had friends. She went outside and did things. So, in a way, she was a normal girl, I would say. So, that's good. It's interesting how these stories are making these people who aren't the cliche and the typical isekai. And I'm always saying this, but let me say it one more time. It always has to be a NEET or a salaryman that has to be isekai all the time. It's good to see a normal person to be isekai, or someone who has some issues, and then when they die, they have to see a different outlook on life in their next life. I really enjoy that. And it's something we get to see here, and I'm glad. So, now that we're done with the childhood arc, we're on into the beginning, where she's trying to clear her routes. But to me, it looks like she already got it, so what's there left? She has to meet the main character, after all. Remember, she is not the main character, she is the Villainess. So, what will happen now that she pretty much, in a way, kind of cleared out her own routes? We have to wait and see. I'm looking forward to it. Sorry for the video being late. Not only did I came back home from work, but also my computer was being a little bitch. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This has been the Madcrown on Anime, signing out.